Good day, everyone. My name is Jason Timothy Kirgaza, and in this video, I will be presenting my database for Activity 2. So we'll proceed with the same procedures and instructions that we did in the first video or exercise. So in the instructions, we are supposed to make 5 queries that we did from the previous video. So now we're going to jumpstart. Let's go to the database tools, and then to formulate a relationship between the three tables, which are the customers table, accounts table, and transactions table. Let's head over to database tools, click over the relationships. And over here, we are already presented with the three tables that are connected with one another. But for the sake of this video, I will start over again. And then over here on the most right of the screen, we are presented with the three options and then the option to add selected tables. First, we're going to add this customers table, the accounts table, and then the transaction table. So over here, we see that they are already connected with one another. But for the sake of this video, I will delete their connections with each other first to show and demonstrate how it was done in the first place. So we're going to click the customer's ID, and then drag it over to the accounts table. Here we can see that there are a display box that is called the edit relationships, and then there is a table called the customer ID and the account ID from the customers table to the accounts table. We're going to press the create, and then over here we can see that they are already connected with each other. Now we're going to do the same process to the accounts table to the transaction table to formulate a connection between the two. And then press out create again. And then there you have it. The three tables are now connected or have a relationship with each other. So now we're going to create the first query, which is the customer's query. So first we're going to save this, Control S, and then now head it over to create the main menu, and then head over to the query wizard. And then over here, we are presented with 4 options. We're going to select the first one. And then over here, we are presented with 3 options as well in the display box called the simple query wizard. In here, we are presented with table/queries, which are we to select the which specific type of table are we going to process, in the available fields from that specific table, and the selected fields, which are the selected fields from the available fields of the specific table. So we're going to create first the customer's query and select over the drop-down box, then click on the customer's table. And then over here, we are going to transfer all of the available fields to the selected fields. So we're going to click on the 2 directional buttons to the right. Over here, we can see that they're already on the selected fields. We're going to click on the next. And then over here, we are presented with an option to rename the title of the table query. We're going to rename this to just customer's query. And then over here we have presented with 2 options, which is the open the query to view information and the modify the query design. So we're going to click on the second one and then click on finish. So over here we are presented with 2 sections, which is the table up here, and then the below, which is the which shows the field table, sort, show, and the criteria. So first things first, we're going to uh, uh, create a specific type of information to show from the customers. Um, so let's say we're heading over to the city, and then let's say ascending from the sort column in city. And then let's say we want only the specific customers in the Bacoor area. So let's input this code, Bacoor. And then from there, we're going to Control S and then run. So we can see over here in this table that the specific customers that are living within the Bacoor city are only selected or displayed in the table. So next is we're going to create the accounts query. So we're going to do the same process that we did in this customer query. Head over to query wizard again, select OK in the first option, and then we're heading over to the accounts table in the table/queries option, and then transfer all the available fields to the selected fields once again. and then click on next, and then click on the detail again, not the summary yet. And then we're going to rename this table to account query. And then click on the modify query design again, click on finish. So over here we are presented again with this section, the accounts table from above, and then the section over here in below. So over here, we are going uh, to follow the process that we did in the customer's query. But this time, let's target two specific aspects in the customer's data. So let's say in the banking company, let's click on the ascending again, and then on the criteria, we're going to select maybe let's say BPI and BPI, and then the online in the account transaction. Account transaction, which we're going to select ascending again, and then uh, online transaction. Yeah. Then going to click on run. Yeah. So over here we see that there is only one specific individual customer that is only using BPI and then the online transaction. Yeah. So next we are going to create our third query, which is the from the transaction table. So we're going to follow the same process again. Query wizard, press OK, and then transaction table. Then over here we're going to transfer again to selected fields. Click on next, and then select on next again. And then I'm going to rename this as transaction query, and then modify the query design. So once again, this is the section. For this time, let's say we're going to choose a specific type of transaction and then mode of transaction. So over here, maybe let's say on the type of transaction, we will say withdrawal of the money from the bank. And then on the mode of transaction, which is um, let's say check, a check. Control S, and then let's run this query. Yeah, so over here we see that there are only two specific individuals, customer, that only chooses the option withdrawal as their type of transaction with the company, bank company, and then the mode of transaction, which is their check. So we're now proceeding over to the fourth query, which is a summary of a table. So let's go again to the create and then query wizard. Okay. So over here, we're going to click first on the customer's table. And then over here, we're only going to get the customer ID and the customer's name from the available fields of the specific table. And then let's go over to the transaction table and click on the transaction time as well as the type of transaction, and then over to the progress mode transaction and transaction amount, and then progress. So click on next, then detail, and then let's say we'll call this as customer's query, and then modify the query design, or let's say open the query to view information. Sorry, this time we're going to supposed to select the summary from the option, because we are going to create a customer's summary rather. And then over here we are presented with an option or this box display as the summary options. So we're going to select so we are over here, rather we are presented with summary with sum, average, and minimum and max for the transaction amount. So we're going to select all of these fields and then put let's place check on them, and then select on OK, and then click on next. And then over here we are presented with a question: how would you like to group dates in your query? Over here we are presented with unique date slash time. So we're going to um, choose this specific type of group dates in our tree. So let's click on next, and then over here presented with the um, option to name our title again, the title for our query again. So over here, customers summary, query summary. Then click on the open the query to view information, and then over here we are presented with the table that we have processed. Yeah. So now, so over here we can see that the customer's data and transaction from the tables are merged in order to manage the data well of the customers from the bank and their transactions as well. So now we're going to create with the fifth and the last query for this activity. So let's go again to the create over here and then create wizard, then simple query wizard. Then over here we are going to select the accounts table first, accounts table and the customers table rather, and then click on the customer's ID name and then customer's name. And then now we're going to the transaction or the account, and then take out the banking company, then to the balance. And then we're going now to click on next, and then summary again. And then now we are presented again with the summary options. We're going to click all of these fields again from balance, um, as from summary to sum to max. Click on OK, then press next, and then let's rename this query as, let's say, account query. Customers account query, let's say. And then let's click on finish. So alternatively, we can also merge our every table with one another. So to demonstrate this, we are heading over to Query Wizard. Let's head over again here, and then select on the customer tables first. But by this time, we are going to select every field, available fields from each specific table. Now we're going to transfer this to selected fields, every available fields. And then next is the accounts table with the selected fields. And then lastly is the transaction table here. Yeah. Click on next and then summary. The balance again. Let's choose this one. Click on OK, click on next, and then let's choose this again, unique date slash time. And then let's say customers um, summary. Query summary, let's say, for this specific tip. And then click on finish. Oh, so let's rename this to the customers query summary letter. This is just an example so that we can put things in perspective. Then click on finish. And over here, we can see that they are already present with one another. You can see that in each three tables, all of the fields in that three tables are merged into one specific table, which is the summary of those three tables. So that's it for my demonstration showing the 5 appropriate table for this activity number 2. Thank you.